Hey guys, welcome to the All Balls channel with the ISL edition. I have with me Statman and Salki Salkasin back on the show. Kyle Pereira, what's happening?
Good, bro. Good. Why do you have to open like that, though?
Because when I call you Salki Salkasin, that's the only time before Christmas that you smile. But interesting set of games we're going to go through. But before that, we had this question in the studio, and I'm going to put it out there. Is it already time for VAR in the ISL?
I really think it's already time. We were just discussing that complete like missed calls, handballs, offsides. Like
It's
can't
bizarre.
call this. You can't call this
It's
anymore.
yeah. I mean, on one hand, as an Indian, I'm really happy that Indian football is doing well. There are players from around the world who are coming, playing the tournament, and it's the quality has improved a great deal, over the past few years. And not in the foreign players, but the Indian players that are coming up. In the Glands and the Thapas, etc. They're coming up, they're standing up for their team. But I think it's time to take that one step forward and get technology in. For even if you start with goal line technology,
Yeah,
VAR is a must. We've seen a couple of offsides, bizarre offside calls,
yeah.
which we're going to talk about in our next game, a handball last week. So yeah, I think it's a total yes, but let's see what happens. Now, coming to the first game, Jamshedpur versus ATK. Now, I think Jamshedpur are quietly, getting those wins in,
Yeah.
but then again, they're one of those hot and cold teams, and they kind of got unlucky with the goal ATK scored. But what about, two names I want to put out there for you, Roy Krishna and Bumu, not firing at all.
Yeah, in this game, I felt Roy Krishna was too isolated on the top. He was the only one that was trying to attack on most. I feel like they only started picking up their pace, their momentum towards the latter half of the game, towards the 70th, 80th minute. And even on Antonio Habas, he tried this 3-4-3. I don't think that worked because on the counter, every time Jamshedpur was on the counter, they looked like they were going to score. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of even Bumu was not. He was kind of missing. He got a yellow card for an offense and received a yellow card for pushing Halder. But besides that, I felt like he was missing through the whole game.
I think he had more work to do in midfield, if you ask me honestly. He had to drop deep for the reason that you just mentioned, that Jamshedpur looked dangerous every time they had the ball in attack.
Yeah,
So, you didn't have him where you wanted him, which is in and around the box. You saw Roy Krishna getting frustrated again, slashing at a couple of shots,
hmm,
hitting the side netting. And even the goal they got, it was like we mentioned before the game,
yeah,
it was quite clearly offside.
yeah. It
The
was
ball came off
really
his own player.
offside.
He's standing, he was behind the goalkeeper. I mean,
Yeah,
the next thing you know is he's in the goal and it's not given.
yeah,
But Atletico, one of those teams, that starts well. Like we spoke about Everton in the Premier League last couple of seasons. They start well, but they're kind of dropping. And I don't think it's good because it's a slippery slope in terms of momentum. And, while we progress with games, I'll tell you more about what I meant. And I told Carl this as well. But it is something that, will take you down. And speaking of momentum, Goa has turned it around. They've got two wins in two now after their initial three losses.
yeah,
But it's a phrase I've used before, PlayStation.
yeah.
I mean, 4-3, you've taken the lead four times in a game. Like take me through that and then I will tell you what I feel.
No, but I do agree with you that it was all a lot of like a FIFA score being 4-3 in the end of the proceedings. But for me, Alberto Nogueira was my man of the match for this match. He was just everywhere. Like his goal was sublime. His assist was so his making of play was so good. Yes, Ortiz did get the two assists, did get the goal, but Nogueira's two goals just like, I mean, it capped it off for me because he was just everywhere. Every time the midfield was being dominated, it was him at the ball. It was him putting that through ball through. It was him making the pass to Ortiz. It was, even the goal that he got when Edu Bendia went on the right hand corner and passed it back in. It was him alone, just waiting for the ball to come. He was too good in this game. But like you're saying, I still feel Goa's defense is still missing that little like lethal. Even Seratin giving away that free kick and Perosovic having to score that free kick, good goal, amazing goal, but still, you can choose not to make that tackle.
No, of course, and we'll come to the defense in a bit. But speaking of, conceding a free kick, before that free kick went in, Goa had conceded 22 out of their last 34 goals through set pieces.
Yeah.
So it's very clear that they're not good at probably zonal or man, whatever they do, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not good at defending set pieces. And you could see post, I think, the 70th minute, both these defenses were bizarrely open for
Yeah.
some godforsaken reason.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
at least a couple of 3-on-1s, if not more, that I could count on each end.
Mm.
Not capitalized,
But
strikers going for hat tricks, not rolling the ball
yeah.
square. Yeah, I mean, it was quite bizarre the way Goa opened up, and you can still see that this is a team that is still relying on individuals.
Yeah.
They're not really performing as a unit, though they're winning games. And quite honestly, the morale East Bengal had, I don't think Goa should have conceded the way they conceded.
Yeah, but if you see even East Bengal, they're playing Masala and Price at center back, right? They should be controlling this team. I feel like they're so disconnected between the two of them that they don't know what's happening between the two of them. They were just letting Goa run through. And even if you see the stats, Goa should have ideally, like, I know they did win the game, but they should have won the game comfortably, not with so much haste, because they had total of 18 shots. They had 14 chances created and 7 big chances at goal. They should have just walked away with this clean, simple, yes, 3 goals, 4 goals, but I don't understand how they conceded. Even with 72% possession of the ball, I don't know how they've conceded 3 goals, to be very honest.
And it also goes to show how desperate coming to Hyderabad again. Uh, they're not creating enough. For me, again, I said this last week as well, and this week as well. Uh, their striker is dropping deep. Now you have a striker who is top quality, but he should not have to drop as deep as he is to
Yeah,
get his goals.
but Coach Manola is playing a 4-2-3-1 with the Ogbechi as the cam. So I kind of think he has to drop back. But I don't understand why he's playing him as a cam. He can play him as the striker. That I think that is the main problem in this formation. At least that looks like it, because Victor and Chakraborty and all can handle the midfield along with Danu and Nikhil Pujari. But I don't see why Ogbechi has to play in that cam position. He's not suited for that cam position. He's an out and out striker. We've seen him highest scoring striker through 3-4 seasons at a row. I don't know what honestly was going on, but like I was telling you during the game, Akash Mishra was just running that flank through and through. He was beating their right half to their right back and trying to cross
He
it in.
created the goal from
I
that
know he
very
did.
angle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the goal also was a deflection of Costa and like little luck here and there.
But again, both goals from outside the box, probably not the ideal position for one of the league's best strikers to play in.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But that's having said that, though, like you were saying, I feel like Clayton was the knight in shining armor for Bangalore, because everything positive that happened for Bangalore,
Came through him.
yeah, they came through him. Like he cannot be running that show alone. Like you're saying, individual effort. He cannot put it out there as an individual effort, because you have players like us, Sunil Shetty, you have Jayesh Rane, you have Udanta Singh. You have players that can ball carrying players, but it was all him.
And we'll come to Chetri's miss in the next game very soon. But before that, going from teams not playing as a unit to teams completely dominating and making, full use of momentum, Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Totally, they just run. Like I said, Igor is the striker where you score 5, you score 7, or you score 2.
Hmm.
That man is going to be on the score sheet. And he always is. What a goal that was.
What a goal. What a goal. I was like amazed by that goal. I mean, to be honest, though Igor scored an amazing goal, Casio Gabriel, that 3rd minute goal and the assist for Igor, it was just sublime. Like you couldn't ask for a better performance, because, like I said, in the last time when Mumbai played ATK, the game was over before it even started. They were 3 goals up in the 24th minute. They were 2 goals up in the 17th minute. So it was done before they even started. Like I think that is, Coach Des Beckingham's mentality to play that heavy metal football, to play that pressure. Even the goal that Igor scored, if you see, Rainier and Apoe came towards the ball. pressured the man into releasing the ball, played an out ball, and that's how the goal came through. It's that constant pressure, that constant, you know, put the ball into the box, something will happen. Try and look for the striker, look for the winger, look for someone. Even Casio Gabriel, he moved Ali Sabia out of the way to go around him and then put it straight to Bipin on a platter. He was properly, he was awarded man of the match clearly.
And you could see they're a team in form because Jamshedpur has just come off a win,
Yeah.
and you're pressing them so high so early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Quality goals. I don't, Mumbai, I think, is one of the teams that now looks like they have separated themselves from the bunch.
Yeah, true.
And in terms of points, yes, but in terms of also the quality of football that they play, they give it all for the first probably 45 to 60 minutes, and then they know they have a good enough lead to sit on for
Yeah,
the last few minutes.
very true. But
Which was, yeah, sorry, go on.
no, I mean, I know what you mean by that, but even the 68th minute goal from Igor Katao, that was something like out of a textbook, because he was not even looking at the goal. He was looking at the ball falling down, looking at the ball bouncing in front of him, and as soon as it came down left foot, poof, what a shot.
But no
What a
keeper
shot.
stopping that one.
No
That
keeper
was
stopping that. No keeper.
sweet strike.
No, but
But yeah, I mean,
I know exactly what you mean, that they're starting so well that even if they're killing the game off in the first 30 minutes, they have so much time to just play the ball around the players.
yeah, it's basically you score three and then you play Rondo for the next 60 minutes.
Yeah.
It's as good as that. But
It's
a
as
team
good
that
as
could
that.
not do that, and I'll mention our dear friend Carl here, his dark horses. Odisha coming out with a 1-0. I feel it was probably the most unfair result of the week.
True.
They were absolutely dominated. It's one of those games, where you absorb, you hang on, you get the one chance, you take it, and then you hang on again. And that is exactly what they did. Northeast are all over them.
Yeah.
Odisha had their one chance, they took it, and they took the 3 points.
Yeah. I mean, I know exactly what you mean, because they had a total of 19 shots and they created 12 chances in front of goal. But I feel like the Northeast was too wasteful in front of goal. Every chance they got, it was either off target towards a keeper, into a defender. They were not creating a clear-cut chance. Like, yeah, Kamara tried, Courier tried, Deshaun Brown tried, VP tried. There was just constantly trying, but no result towards it. But then as soon as Jonathas came on, it was a goal, headed down straight into the bottom half of the goal, and it bounced straight up into goal. So like, again, I felt like Northeast were robbed in this game, but it comes down to like not being clinical enough from their team.
And our next game kind of, you sum that up for our next game as well, not being clinical enough. Still the only unbeaten team in the league, that's Chennai. Who do you think was robbed here? Because for me, this was probably the most boring game of the week.
I wouldn't say most boring game, but I felt like, again, 80K was, like you're saying, they were just not good enough. Again,
They're out of ideas. They don't know what to do in front
yeah,
of goal after that first game.
yeah. I mean, Antonio Habas has again changed it from a 3-4-3 to a 4-4-2 with Boomu and Krishna playing on top. I mean, I don't understand what is going on, because then Deepak Tangri has moved from centre back into central defensive mid. Like, where has this transition? Yes, I know they had to fit Tiri into this game, and Ashutosh has also come back in place. I mean, not in place, but he's come back in as a right back, in slotting into that 4-4-2. But Boomu as a second striker, I don't know, because see, even when David Williams came on, yes, he did create a lot of going forward, but the goal, I have to give them the goal though. Krishna's ball towards Liston was a peach of a ball. Like, he's so good at that. He's so good at that. Even Liston's goal, he just kissed the bar and came back down. But I don't know. For me, I know Koman got the man of the match, but for me, Anirudh Thapa was the leading man. That little flick,
All over.
the little, like, the small touches. I love that. I love that in a player that can do that. You just make space for the players. I mean, he kind of created that goal, with the throw in. He was the one that saw that opening. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of, yeah, like you said, it was kind of an all over the place kind of a game.
But, before we move on, about 80K. Now you said that was a great ball from Roy Krishna. If you see where he played it from, do you really want your top striker playing that deep?
Yeah, I know. It's like an Ogbechi kind of a thing where you're having to drop all the way at the back just to play that out ball in front. When actually Bumo could have done that same job.
Exactly. So I think that is where,
But
they've been hit.
yeah, but they kind of 80K need to kind of pull up their socks because they're gonna continue to be outside of the top four with only 7 points as of this game.
And someone who's creeped into six out of nowhere again is FC Goa. Now, before we talk about that game, I want to talk about the square ball and the shot that went above the post. I put up an Instagram story saying, "Is this the end?" Because I have
Uh,
not in a very long time seen Chetri so poor on form.
yeah, I mean, the coach also said, Coach Marco said that Sunil Chetri needs some luck in front of goal. Like, why are you relying on luck right now for India's top goal? I know it's a poor run of form, but like you're saying, I would never expect it in a million
Yeah,
years
you
for
don't need luck
Chetri
to bury that chance.
to. Yeah, okay, they're saying the ball lifted a little bit, but does that really make a difference to a striker like Sunil Chetri? That the ball lifted a little bit off the ground coming at you.
And yeah, I mean, and again, when you speak, like we're speaking of Chetri's misses, but then again, the only feather in the hat was Clayton, yet
Clayton
again.
Silva. Yeah, but that goal was a Dheeraj Singh mistake, if you ask me.
He still got the goal and he was still all over the place.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, no doubt. But it was that Clayton Silva, that free kick. That I mean, it was a really good free kick. He swung it like sublime free kick, if you ask me. But I feel like Dheeraj should have been, sturdy at the goal, put both hands together, punched it properly out. He let him, but I mean, I kind of feel bad now that we're talking about Dheeraj also about Ashik, the his second own goal. I mean, he scored 3 goals, 2 own goals. That's very bad to say, but like that's how it goes. I mean,
and yeah, that's how it goes. But now coming back to Goa, they've got a couple of wins. But again, they have scored six, conceded four.
mhm.
I think the problem again lies in the goals conceded.
Yeah,
You cannot have these PlayStation games every week.
no, no, it'll not
You
do you well at all.
yeah, exactly. You cannot concede four. You cannot go onto the pitch thinking that okay, I have to score three to be safe. You
Mhm.
have to come to a point where one or two should be enough. And especially now that they have the momentum, and also because of the fact that I'm backing them. But uh I don't know. I still feel it is still a scrambled unit. They are playing in phases, but
Mhm.
they're not playing together. These are individuals who are capitalizing on mistakes from the
Yeah,
opposition and getting goals.
no, but I agree that this is an individual effort. But even in an individual effort, how can a player of such a caliber get a red card? Like Rahul, tell me that. Like that was uncalled for. Like I was scratching my head thinking about the same thing while watching it. Like how can he won the free kick? Yeah, take it and get play going on. He went and pushed him. It caused it's caused a scuff. Obviously, now we're gonna cause a scuff. The referee is gonna go to the fourth official, third, the linesman, see what's going on. Obviously, they're gonna give him a red card, right? Now,
But again, question.
Ortiz shouldn't have got that red card, in my opinion, because like Suresh, okay, yeah, Suresh came in with a hard tackle, but I don't know what he was thinking.
If this was an Indian player, would this have been hyped a little more for such behavior?
Yeah, for sure. No, no, for sure. Because to get sent off like that for creating a scuff and creating an altercation, it would have been a lot worse.
So I think we have VAR and incidents like this that probably need to be worked on in the ISL to get us to the top or within the top leagues in the world, more viewership, etc.
Hmm.
But all in all, I think quite some fantastic goals this week, couple of bizarre decisions,
Mhm.
couple of good clean sheets, and as usual, Mumbai find themselves at the top
Yeah.
with Carl's dark horses at second. You see this finishing this way.
I'm honestly, if Mumbai continue to play like this, I don't see anyone stopping them. I mean, let's see what happens in the Odisha Mumbai game and the reverse fixture. But that's the only team that I can see that can probably stop them.
But Chennai, they're unbeaten.
Chennai, but they're not like a rapidly flowing team. You know what I'm saying? Chennai are still, they still try to get out of the play. They're unbeaten, but most of them have been draws.
Yeah,
Um,
but I mean, at the end of the day, they're still 4 points behind Mumbai with a game to go. Technically, if they
Technically, yeah.
win that, they're 1 point behind them and they're unbeaten. So that, that just gives them the edge.
Yeah, I mean, but if you had to beat someone to show who you were, you would have beaten an 80K, right? In a
In the current form, probably yes, no, probably beat a Mumbai and get it done with.
I don't know how that would go, but
Okay, it's Mumbai, Odisha, and Chennai. Last question: does it stay this way?
I think so. At least till Christmas. At least till Christmas, I think should stay this way. Because then after that,
Well,
it gets a little hectic run of fixtures.
and hopefully Goa comes in there too. See, I'm doing my bit to be a loyal supporter, but that's as much as I can do. But KP, thank you for joining us. Hopefully, we'll have lesser bad decisions and more good goals next week. But guys, this wraps it up for this week. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Stay home and stay safe. Why?